Te Taiapa, or the fence, visually it's very symbolic. It's based on Tino Rangatiratanga, our hake, our flag, and we had the non-vaxxed in the whero in the red and the vaxxed in the pango in the black. We were kind of facilitating it, so we became the kind of te ao marama, so we're that koru part of it. And that was the constant kind of kōrero and trying to show their different opinions, even though they sit on both sides of the fence.
I feel like I'm always sitting on the fence with this conversation. We thought it was an interesting way to explain how it feels to see both sides really clearly.
So being able to come together and make this taiapa, that was the art in the installation.
Ko tōu piki amokura no, ko tōku piki amokura noku. Essentially that whakatauki talks about you follow your tikanga or your process, and I will follow my tikanga or my process. So you do you, and I will do me, and we will both acknowledge, those differences or those approaches. And that's a Māori approach.
Myself, I was mandated, so that's why I'm vaccinated. And my wife here and our two youngest are unvaccinated.
So everything we do, we talk to each other and we make decisions together.
And then the mandate kind of turned me against it when I'm told to do something. So my rights of getting it done were taken away. So I don't think more information, I'm a bit pig-headed like that when I'm told I have to do something just because I'm told.
I absolutely believe that, it's not been handled at times very well. And I think if people make other decisions, then we have to respect those decisions, and we need to make sure that whānau isn't broken apart. And I think that's perhaps the worst thing that's happened, has been the breakdown within families.
There are those who go against the grain, which I was, and decided not to mandate my gym. There also was penalties for that, which was probably a loss of friendship, loss of respect from those who were very opinionated in regards to the vaccination.
Our community are quite close, and our friends who sit on every side of that fence, they had that kaha to come out and actually speak their truth and what they wanted, and I think that was an important part of this whole kōrero. So we are vaccinated. When it came to vaccinating the kids, we sat on the fence about it. Yeah, I think the last couple of years has been really difficult for many families, especially the ones that have chosen not to choose to be vaccinated. How do we protect our people and our whānau in the future? So there's those hard conversations that also need to happen.
It's like everything when you make decisions around your children, you try and make sure that they're going to be safe. If you take them out in the boat, the likelihood of the boat turning over is not high, but they wear a life jacket. And to me, vaccinating your children is like that, it's a life jacket for them. I think the information is probably breaking down the science behind it and breaking it down in a way that people can understand and making it simple. And there were some people out there doing that, but I don't think that perhaps came through as well widespread on media. And so people were often going back to social media and Facebook and seeing stuff from people who didn't have that knowledge.
When we started having tamariki, I decided, and Doc supported me in that decision, to not vaccinate, also immunise our tamariki. And that was based on, research. I had the kōrero about how immunisation works. It was a really hard decision to make, but through kōrero and my own research, and also having that decision sit well within my wairua, we decided to vaccinate.
I asked myself, does this make me feel good? And at this current time, no, it doesn't. It's helped me base my decision for my children as well. Who knows, that could change possibly down the future when there is a bit more information and it's been around a little bit longer.
People feel that it's just come through, no one's checked it, but that's just not true. I mean, they have done so many clinical trials, and again, way more because of the resourcing than what they do with a new drug coming on board. They've been working on similar viruses for years and years and years, so it wasn't suddenly like they just suddenly had to start from scratch. They already had lots and lots of knowledge and research that they'd done, so they called on that.
As a whānau, we've never held it against people whether they decide to do it for them and their whānau. We only wish that a lot of other whānau thought the same way when you decided not to go for it.
If I had more information about the vaccination, the things I'd like to know would be the long-term effects, if any, how long the protection would last for in regards to the certain flu or COVID that we're trying to protect ourselves from.
There's no judgment, that everyone today had very different opinions and very different jobs, but we're all able to come together in our community and work together.
There were a lot of near tears that we saw today.
Made me teary watching people struggle
Yeah.
to express themselves.
In Māoridom, it's that tangi, it's trying to get that hupe, get that out, and hopefully a way of healing and being able to kind of walk forward into te ao marama and, you know, go into that place. So I think that was a real important part of the making of the events.